Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. This is Second Esdras, chapter 9. Second Esdras, chapter 9. And verse 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, call AHBANAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostle as a bishop of great mills, long rule of teaching and sound doctrine, strong shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children. Let the Lord have mercy on these last days. I urge your brother Kadash, representing Jim as branch here in Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Okay? The title of this is Rapture. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's the title that the Spirit gave me. And I was reading from 2 Esdras 9. I believe I quoted it 21 and 22. If I didn't, I read from 2 Esdras 9, 21 to 22. Okay. Because I wanted, this video is inspired by this video, this dream testimony that this individual had. Now we just flowing through the spirit, but it's a heavy testimony, and I want to just go into a couple precepts based off this video. I'm about to play this video for y'all real quick. First, let me read this. Joel. This is Joel 3. What is it? Joel. Because it's a heavy dream testimony. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, Salaki. All right, this is Joel 2 and 28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. Right? And talk about your daughters shall prophesy. It's talking about, because the prophets are men. The daughters will prophesy, and the woman explains her dreams to her husband, and he breaks them down. Okay, because a woman is when it says a prophetess, she's a wife of a prophet, so you can understand. So now let me play this video real quick. Shalom to everybody tuning in. All right. Bear with me. All right. That's not playing. In front of that lady, and then bright light in the front of that lady, and then bam, she was just gone. Then as I saw it, I knew, like straight away, I knew it was the rapture. And then I looked to myself, as I looked to my hands, all between my hands, there were crackings, like lines in triangle shape. It's really very strange shape. All I knew my hands were opening. There were lines like veins all around my hands. And in the center of those lines was pure gold. No, really pure gold. Shining so bright in the center of my hands. They were so bright. And I knew something was happening. I was absolutely changing as I'm looking at it. And then suddenly, those lines, they start as a really bright gold, and then it was a bright light. Bam! Suddenly, I was completely taken up, lifted up straight away. And I can see myself lifted down, up, like being raptured, like being taken suddenly. And I can see myself, no, my body was changed instantly, completely changed. Now, I'm telling you this, guys, I never, ever
have a dream about the rapture. Never. I never have a dream of revelation of God revealed. Never. This is the first time I'm saying this. Now, I'm saying this because God wants you guys to know. Now, suddenly I was taken up to the air, and I can see myself being lifted up in the air. Now, God gave me the opportunity to see everyone in the kitchen who were left behind. Now, I was not in the ground. I was actually in the air, looking at everyone from the corner of my kitchen in that moment what was happening. Now, and suddenly everyone in that home knew the rapture happened. Straight to everyone knew it. Suddenly people started crying. No, they were sobbing, crying so hard. Crying, sobbing because they knew they were left behind. And then, in that instant, that grief, that crying completely stopped and it changed into anger. Now, I never felt that anger I saw in my kitchen. They were so angry. You can see that venom coming from those people. And then suddenly they started beating, attacking, kicking, standing, stepping on that pastor who were in the kitchen. The people were so angry. They were they beating the man go all the attack the girl in the kitchen. You can see them standing on his head, kicked on his head, punching on his head, punching on. No, they were completely killing him in the kitchen. And they were all screaming, "You didn't teach us right. You didn't prepare us. You didn't tell us this gonna happen." It was horrendous. And then suddenly I was taken, I was lifted up so high I can see the whole earth. One side of the earth, I won't tell what part of it, all I knew, one side of the earth was completely in darkness. Like something has happening. Or it was just a black hole, completely black hole. Like it was like an explosion or nuclear or all I knew was something bad did happen because all that side of the earth was completely, you can know something happened in that moment. If something did happen in that instant. Then I start seeing light flashing all around the earth. Just flashing lights. They start flashing, and I can hear a voice saying 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000, 1 million, 2 million, 1 billion. I said, what is that? They were all people who have been taken out. You can see, I can see all the lights happen in that moment. And then suddenly I wake up. As I wake up, I felt like I came back on my body. And my body was heavy. It felt heavy. It felt very sinful, dirty, compared to the body I had just a few minutes ago when I was dreaming about the rapture. Now, people of God, something is happening. The rapture is going to happen in any time. Look what is happening in the world today. We have more natural disasters right now like we never had before. They're like the bird pains. Something is happening. There is more people today who are having dream of rapture like never before. God is warning his people. He's warning his people to tell everyone his son is coming back soon. Jesus is coming back soon. Then
shit, Khan. Yeah, Khan. You know what I'm saying? Shalom Akim. Like he said, man, YAHAWASHI, not Jesus, not sweet baby Jesus. YAHAWASHI is the proper way you say his name. Now, like he said, man, that video had a lot in it. I just want to cover a few points that he said through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, I can remember all the major points. You know what I'm saying? And if I can, I'm gonna just go back real quick to this second Esdras, where I was reading from. Yeah, the second Esdras real quick because second Esdras 9. Because it's about the elect. It's all about the elect. That's what the rapture is. No rapture. Okay, what the Christians call the rapture, right? Where it's the ones, his people, the ones the Lord coming back for is the elect. That's why I'm gonna start here, and then we're gonna breeze through because he said a lot in there, and we don't even know that that's all biblical. That's all prophecy. Okay, it's the second Esdras 9, And let's jump up to the second Esdras 9 and 15. It says, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed. It says, as the flowers be, such are the colors also, such as the workman is, such also is the work. Right, right. The reward is going to be exactly to what manner of man you are. Like Revelation 22, let the just be just, let the unjust be unjust still. Right. My reward is with me. Right. Yahawashi said that in Revelation 22, verses, I believe, like 11 and 12. It says, such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husband is himself, so is the husbandry also. For it was the time of the world. And now when I prepared the world, which was yet now, Salaki. And now when I prepared the world which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, now man spake against me. But then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by perpetual seed. So right. So we have the corruption of the earth in which we see today. You see? And then if you heard what he said in the video, he said, because the scripture talk about the blind lead the blind, and they both should fall into the ditch. He said that they started to beat and they started to stomp. You know what I'm saying, on the pastor's head, because they were mad that the pastor was leading them astray. They were mad that the pastor didn't tell them the correct way. You see, so they said, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you warn us of this? This is why it's important for us to teach, and this is why it's important for us to warn the flock, because uh, uh, that's what the warning is. The warning is a preservation, right? It acts as a preservation for the dangers to come. You see, the word is sealing the elect. Okay, it's putting a hedge around them to protect them from the dangerous blows, right? That's going to come from Jacob's trouble to ICBM missiles and so forth. Okay. It says, so I considered the world, 2 9 and 20, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, meaning danger, because of the devices, meaning the plans and the witchcraft and the sorcery and the philosophies and the doctrines that were coming to it, right? So danger came from these concepts. And I saw it and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster in the plant of a great people. So because of this, the Lord has separated a specific core, all right, of individuals known as the Bible called them the elect, the first fruit. And he set them aside, okay, to protect the present, to preserve them, to preserve what? The house of Jacob, the house of David, okay, for a later date, okay, because the things that we see here are a result of, and a product of the mind of Satan, all right, the product in the mind and the results of wickedness on the earth. So the Lord is coming back. Yahawashi is coming back to purge that concept. And if you remember what he said in the video, he said he looked at the earth, and we're gonna get that, Lord willing. He said he looked at the earth, and on one side of the earth, when he was in the firmament, right? That's the prophecy, Revelation 15. He said it what? He said that one side of the earth was completely black. And that's also the prophecy. Lord really will get that. It says, nevertheless, if thou wilt cease, it's like it. 2 9 and 22, let the multitude perish then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Nevertheless, and if the labor, a part of the Lord's labor to make the elect perfect, right, is the fire that they let go through. You see, that's why it says in Second Esdras, after, matter of fact, let me finish this. It says, nevertheless, if thou wilt cease, yeah, okay, that's it. Now, to be made perfect, it was the fire that we were going through. Wisdom Solomon 3, and many other precepts. When we go to 216, straight to the point, it says, I'm gonna start at 70. For there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection, a uprising upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, spare none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Right? They're gonna come down on us. Right? The enemy should come in like a flood. This is the point, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold and the fire. So the perfecting of the saints is the fire and the trials and tribulations that Yahawashi is having the elect go through. And that's what's actually making them perfect. The word is cleaning them up, which brings, that's why Yahawashi said the world cannot hate you, but it hated me, right? Because I testify that their works are evil. And we're holding that vibration. So therefore, if we're contrary to the ways of the earth, therefore, it makes us contrary, which makes us an enemy to them and them an enemy to us. So they're going to come against us. So Yahawashi warned us, he prepared us, and he's building us up for those moments. And what the guy said, so now, like I said, the elect are being tried in the fire. So now what he said was, if I could remember all of it, it was a lengthy video, it was a heavy video, but let's try to piece this out. He said, uh, let's see. He mentioned about okay, we covered that. I'm trying to see. Okay, because that's what I want to get, because he mentioned about the new bodies. Now, if brothers and sisters who've been following the page for a minute, the Lord usually give me visions and dreams, and my wife as well. But particularly when I had it back in 2018, right, was something similar, but I got beamed up and my body was changed. That's the scriptures. You see, right before I entered the chariot, the body was changed. It has to be changed before we even enter into those chambers. And this is First Corinthians 15, because he made mention that his scale, the body that he had was he saw pure gold embedded in his makeup, which was symbolic for the pure state that we're going to be in soon come. This is First Corinthians, because he also made mention about he saw a bunch of lights. It was lights. He said 1 billion. He said 100, 200, 1,000, 1 million, 2 million, 1 billion. That's the elect being beamed up, right? It's going to be simultaneously with the destruction. You see, right before the destruction, which is the ICBM, which is World War III, the elect are going to be beamed up. They're not going to taste of that judgment. And those are the lights he saw. He said, we're going to read it because the Lord said, in the twinkling of an eye, right? This is First Corinthians 15. And just going straight to the point, because it talks about the different bodies, right? We have an earthly body, we have a heavenly body. It says, I'm going to start 49, and as we have borne the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither do corruption inherit incorruption. That's why the bodies have to be changed before the chariots. Behold, I'll show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of the eye, quick, like that. At the last trump. What's the last trump? The seventh plague. Okay, it talks about that real quick in Job 5 and Psalms 91, right? Shall no evil come near thee. All right, not near that, not near the dwelling. Roughly paraphrasing, just Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yet in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. This is what the so-called rapture is about. There's not no rapture for Christians, right? That's why they beat down the pastor. The rapture is for the elect. You see, it says in 7 there shall be no evil touch thee. That's the 7th plague, the last plague, which is the ICBM missiles to bring judgment upon the horde. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction in the coming. At destruction and famine thou shalt lie, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You see? So the so the Lord is going to cover the elect. When you go to and we'll go back to that First Corinthians, but when you go to Revelation 11, it talks about that. It says, Revelation 11 and 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended meaning went up. They ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a chariot, and their enemies beheld them. So remember, he said in the video, he said they got mad. They're going to get angry. They're going to get mad. We're going to get that, Lord willing, in Revelation 16, right? They're going to get mad, this is happening. And they were left for destruction, for judgment. Everybody's going to see the salvation of the elect, just like the first Exodus. This is going to be something special, y'all. I'm telling you. And let me get one more. I'm going to jump back to that First Corinthians. This is Wisdom of Solomon. This is all through the Spirit. Wisdom of Solomon 18. So Salaki, it seems like I'm all over the place. This is Wisdom Solomon 18:6. Of that night were our fathers certified for, that assuredly this is first Egypt. Let me jump down to 7, right? Uh uh this was Solomon 18:7. So if thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, the ones that's adverse, the ones are contrary to us, which us meaning the light, the ones who uphold the ways of Yahweh Shai, and the ones that are contrary, the ones that oppose the ways of Yahweh Shai, the ones who live in darkness. By the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called. So let me read it again. It was Solomon 18:8. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called. Who has he called? The elect. As how we started off with, man. You see? So as they being beamed up, the destruction comes. The seventh plague, the seventh trouble, like we read in Job 5, is talking about the last trumpet, which is the last trumpet, the last plague is them ICBM missiles. And this is what as we played in the video, this is what the guy saw. You see? And when you go to Revelations 15:1, it says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of the Most High. You see, the wrath of the Most High is the judgment, the day of the Most High, the day of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, right? Which is them ICBM missiles. That's the ultimate judgment. It's not a place called hell. That's not hell. Will be the, according to the Christian church and the Catholic church, hell will be the ultimate judgment for a wicked soul. You see, but the ultimate judgment is in fact the ICBM missiles. The ultimate judgment is that judgment that's the Lord's coming with the 7 last plague. You know, the Lord not going to take you out of hell and then give you the judgment of the ICBM missiles or that judgment and then put you back in hell, man. It says, this is Revelation 15:2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass, right? He said he was above the earth. He said he was above the earth, right? He was above the earth and he was looking down at the earth. You see? And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and with them, Salaki, and them that had gotten a victory over the beast. These are the twinkles that he saw, the sparks, you know, and over his image and over his mark. It says, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass. What's the sea of glass? The firmament, man. All right, the firmament. Okay, which is in the heavens above us, and the sea, the glass. He was above the earth and he was looking down. You see, because remember the scriptures say that Lord willing we could get it. It says, and over his mark and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High, and they sing the song of Moses. What's the song of Moses? Salvation. That's what we sung when we came out of Egypt. Miriam and Moses, Aaron, the Israelites, our people, us, we sung the song of deliverance and praise to Yahweh Shai. It's going to be a celebration, man. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High. Why is that important? Because Moses was David, man, King David, right? And the song, if you can understand, if you can receive it, and the song of the Lamb saying, who's the Lamb? Yahawah, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the power ala Shatya, right? Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. It says, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. So yeah, that sea of glass is the firmament, man. You see? And we're going to be above that, Lord willing, looking down at the judgment. All right, because the scriptures say, with thy eyes, how I go with thy eyes, thou shalt, let me see the reward of the wicked. But brother know where that's at. I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, it is in Psalms 91. I was going to go there anyways. How about shy? Because I'll quote it Psalms 91, but this is Psalms 91 and 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Right? That's exactly what I quoted earlier. There you go. So we're going to see the reward of the wicked, man. You see? And when you go to Wisdom of Solomon 5, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, when they see it, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. What? See what? Our salvation. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. What's the strangeness of our salvation? The beaming up of the elect, man. The chariots, which they call UFOs, with green monsters with big eyes, zapping people, bringing them up in the chariots, operating them on the table like doctors, and sending them back to Earth bugged out. See, that's the strangeness of our salvation. What they demonize is actually righteous vessels, all right, uh, fitted for the protection of the elect. And also, those same vessels are going to be used, which are the chariots, what they call UFOs, unidentified flying objects, are going to be used to also partake in the destruction or in the zapping with concentrated lasers, fire from the lasers from the chariots upon Babylon the Great, man. And this also a vehicle that the Yahawashi used as it proceeds to Acts, Acts chapter 1, right? And also when you go to uh, what I was just thinking about, uh, yeah, Acts 1, Yahawashi, and also Ezekiel 1. Okay. This is Wisdom Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, see what? Our salvation, they should be troubled with terrible fear and should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and proverb with reproach. Yeah, because they mock us, they ridicule us, backbite, they slander us, so forth and so forth. And this is what's needed because why? This is what Yahweh Shah went through as well. You see, it says, and we fools account of his like madness and his end to be without honor. So they're not expecting us to make it out of here alive, man. All the things they've done to us, all the crime they've done against us, and all the thing how they did the things they've done to our food, our supply of intake, okay, from food to vision, the things we see, to the water we drink, to the people we hang around, the information we see. Everything he's done in the earth, they don't see our end and have honor. They don't see us making it out of this because it's like, dude, we done everything possible to you, and how can you still survive? You see, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? The children of the Most High are not the Christians, man, are not these modern day Christians in churches. That's why they, and like the dude said in his vision, they beat down the pastor in anger. You see, they beat him down in anger, man. They were angry. See, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is amongst the saints. Who are the saints? The ones who made a covenant with Yahawashi, which are Israel, but you have an elect of elect. The elect of God, the ones who are elected, like we started off in 2 Corinthians 9, that cluster, the great, that's set aside for preservation, all right, from the dangers to come. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. You see? So there you have it. So the strangers are salvations is the exit into the vehicles, the secret chambers. Let me grab that real quick, and then we go back to that First Corinthians. You see, because the chambers. Um, um, Let me just get it real quick. Isaiah 26 and 20. It says Isaiah 26 and 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers." That's them chariot doors, man. "And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed." With the indignation, the fire. You see the fire, man. You see the fire that the Lord is coming with, man. You see the judgment. It says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity, sin upon sin. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain." Right, because he said the Lord come out of his place. When you go back to Wisdom Solomon 18, In 15, it says, "Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of the land of destruction." How you think we're gonna get out of here? We live in America, man. This place is gonna get hit. It's gonna be an overkill. Go into the word overkill. We went into that at camp. If you haven't seen the camp, okay, it's gonna be an overkill. The land of destruction is Babylon the Great, and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up filled all things with death, and it touched the heavens, but it stood upon the earth, man. Okay, and also one more in Isaiah 13. It says, this is Isaiah 13, and I start at 6. How ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand, it shall come at a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be fainting, and every man's heart shall melt. Right, you gonna have niggas having heart attacks. You're gonna have niggas literally, like I said, literally having heart attacks. You're gonna have people literally fainting because of the situation. You know, everybody's going to witness this. This is going to be televised. I'll tell you that in Revelation 18. You see, they tell you that in Revelation 18 that yeah, man, I was trying to make this quick. Let's just grab it real quick and jump back. Revelation 18 and let's start at 17. It says, matter of fact, let's start it. Let's read 8 and 9, and then we can jump back. Revelation 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. And that's why he saw the darkness that covered it, as we're going to read, going back to Isaiah 13, because it's going to be complete darkness because of the war. And she'll be utterly burned with fire. Fire burns things up and makes things dark because of the smoke and the debris, right? For strong is Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth, right, which are these presidents and these politicians, like these mainly the presidents and the ones who are in rulership, the presidents over each country or land, the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, right? Your Kim Jong Uns and your whoever else, man, who have committed fornication, like you, and lived deliciously with her, meaning they took part of her ways, the philosophies and the doctrines to gain monetary fun, to gain wealth. They took on her philosophies and doctrines and corrupted their own people with her ways, which forwarded the wickedness on the earth, which covered the whole earth in wickedness. Job 9:24. That's how he was able to spread himself everywhere through their by the piercing of information in their mind, as he's done, like the scriptures say, like we read in 2 Ezra 9, because of the devices, evil or wickedness, and enter into the world. The plans come from the minds of the wicked, and live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her. They're gonna cry. They're gonna look at her like, damn, our connections and different things that we have set up are not gonna be able to continue when they shall what? See the smoke of her burning, right? Standing far off for the fear of her torment, right? Everybody's gonna be witnessing the fall of Babylon. They're gonna witness her burning, saying, because remember, he said that one half of the earth was dark, the other half was light. So that means the other half of the earth are gonna have actually access to view. Don't we see wars on the internet in other countries? It's gonna happen here. They're gonna see. It's gonna be televised. The downfall of this place, man. You see, it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. You see? So jumping back to Isaiah 13, it says, Isaiah 13, 8, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, right, about to give birth, right, and birth pains. they shall be amazed one at another. Their faces should be as flames, right? They're going to have confusion. Like he said, they looked up and they was looking like, what the hell? They was looking at the elect getting beamed up, and they was confused. And they turned to their pastor, and they killed him. They beat him down, man. You know why? Because they said, like he said, let me play that part back real quick, man. Listen to what he said. Okay? He said, now remember it says it should be sorrow and weeping and crying, right? Let me read this again. He said, Isaiah 13, and 8, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They should be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They should be amazed at one at another. Their face should be as flames. It says, oh, I read that in Revelation 18. I'm tripping. Right. So they're going to be sorrowful. They're going to be crying and seeping. He said they were sobbing. Now watch this. Let me play this part again.
Everyone in that home knew the rapture happened. Straight to everyone knew it. Suddenly people started crying. No, they were sobbing, crying so hard. Crying, sobbing because they knew they were left behind. And then, in that instant, that grief, that crying completely stopped and it changed into anger. No, I never felt that anger I saw in my kitchen. They were so angry. You can see that venom coming from those people. And then, suddenly, they started beating, attacking, kicking, standing, stepping on that pastor who were in the kitchen. The people were so angry. They were now the beating the man go all the attack he go in the kitchen. You can see them standing on his head, kicked on his head, punching on his head, punching on. No, they were completely killing him in the kitchen, and they were all screaming. You didn't teach us right. You didn't prepare us. You didn't tell us this gonna happen. It was horrendous.
See?
And then suddenly, I was taken. I was lifted up so high I could see the old.
Right. He said suddenly he was taken. Right afterward. So, but the point is that he said he said that they beat him down. Talking about the pastor. Why? He also said they said that you didn't tell us. You know, you didn't tell us. Like you didn't tell us this was going to happen. They were confused. So let's read it again. Isaiah 13 and 8 at the last part. It says they shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. They're gonna be confused, man. Behold, the day of the Lord coming cruel, both with the wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, meaning without habitant. So no one's going to be here as a result, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So the people that's going to be left are all the sinners. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. Let's play that part.
You can know something happened in that nuclear or I was taken, I was lifted up so high I can see the whole earth. One side of the earth, I won't tell one part of it, all I knew, one side of the earth was completely in darkness, like something has happening, or it was just a black hole, completely black hole. Like it was like an explosion or nuclear or all I knew was something bad did happen because all that side of the earth was completely, you can know something happened in that moment. Something did happen in that instant. Then I start seeing light flashing all around the earth. 100.
Right. So he said that the earth was completely dark. He said that the earth was completely dark, man. So Isaiah 13 again, it says 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. So going into this man's satellites, his system that he got set up, you know, it says, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. And also, you're gonna have literally the sky darkened from the war, man. Like an example of that was it was a war. I did a video on it years ago. Can't remember. It was like 5 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. I can't remember, but I did a video on it, and it was a war over there in the so-called Middle East, and that was an example that everything was dark. You know what I'm saying? Everything was dark. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about this scripture, man. It says the star for the stars of heaven and constellations thereof shall not give their light. It's twofold. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. You see? So that's twofold right there. The knowledge, his knowledge and wisdom is going to be taken out of the way, and it's going to be dark in the skies, man, because those stars are going to be shot, which are the ICBM missiles. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked of their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. You know, he said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Because remember in the beginning of the video, he mentioned about his body, the different body that he had. It was gold. It was like pure gold. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth will shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. You see? So the Lord he's not playing. He's not, bro, he's not playing, man. He's not playing. The Lord is coming to do this, as it's stated. And you can read the rest of the chapter. I'm not gonna read all of it, but the rest of it, but you got to read the rest of it, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of the video. You know what I'm saying? And going back to this 1 Corinthians 15, we probably close out. 1 Corinthians 15, to continue where we left off, it says, start back at 51. Behold, I'll show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment. Not all like everybody, but the elect. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. We went into the last trump. It's them ICBM missiles. Jeremiah 50, talking about what's it? Jeremiah 50, it's 50 or 51. Jeremiah 50. Is Jeremiah 50, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, Jeremiah 50. Talking about the let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me start at Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sound of battles in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? The hammer is Esau Edom. He beat things into submission. How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations, meaning without the inhabitant? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught. Right, they're not going to be aware. The people are not going to be aware. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. The whole time people were actors, and it's going to catch them by surprise. And suddenly, see, as the scripture says, it says, and suddenly, right? It says, thou art, well, I believe, I ain't going to that word suddenly in a minute, but it goes into in an instant, unexpectedly, all at once, without warning. Okay? Even though it was a warning, but you just chose not to listen. The Lord closed your ears and closed your eyes, right? Because even these so-called these truthers out here are going to get caught off guard too, unless they're secret disciples, unless they could really believe, you know. Anyways, Jeremiah 50, continue. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. Thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, right? Them ICBM missiles. For this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts, and the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And right, and that's these different nations that's going to shoot these missiles at Babylon the Great. You see, the Lord allowing these different nations to say, let the weak say I'm strong. You see? So the Lord is getting ready to thresh her, as it says in Jeremiah, as a threshing floor, man. You know, he's really getting ready to pounce on this place. Isaiah 47, and so forth. Man, so many scriptures you go into. But closing, first going back to 1 Corinthians 15, it says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. Again, the last trump is the ICBM missiles. It's the war, WW3. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, which is righteousness. Wisdom Solomon 1 and 15. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Right? Because sin is the wages of sin is death. Therefore, there is no more sin in thee. Therefore, there is no death. So how can death sting you? The sting of death is sin. See? And the strength of the sin is the law. But thanks be to YAHAWASHI, which gives us the victory through our Lord YAHWAH HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast and immovable, always abounding in the work of the Most High. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. And that's why the elect are going to be beamed up, because their works were not in vain against the Lord. They did exactly what the Lord has sent them out to do. You see, and when he said the twinkling, when he saw the lights, the twinkling in the eye, the change is going to happen. It's going to happen simultaneously with the shooting or the seventh plague being conveyed and displayed at its max level here in Babylon the Great and wherever Esau dwells, the third part of men. So Lord willing, is edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise and worship to again. YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honor to our apostle, elders, and bishop of the great millstone, we will teach them sound doctrine. And strong shalom, peace citation to the hopeful elect. Hey man, we almost up out here. We almost up out here. Hey, stay strong, stay faithful. Right? Till next time, Kwanya, shalom.